Find the zeros and give the multiplicity of each. List the zeros in order from least to greatest. Well, the zeros of a polynomial are simply the locations of where their factors in the polynomial equal 0. So if we take each of the factors, we have x squared, we have x minus 3, quantity cubed, and x minus 2 to the fourth. If we set each of these equal to 0, we'll get the location of the zeros. Now, the square, cube, and fourth power. This doesn't really lend to much by locations of zeros. In fact, the first step in each one of these processes is to effectively remove that, because when I take the square root of both sides of this equation, the square root of 0 is still 0. I do learn that x equals 0 happens to be a 0, but the square doesn't really lend to any additional information there. Same thing in this one. The cube doesn't really lend to any additional information. So really I just have x minus 3 equals 0, so x equals 3 is a 0. Likewise, I don't really need to pay attention to the fourth power here, it's just x equals 2 gives me the 0. Now, where do those powers come into play? Well, those come in play in terms of multiplicity. So because this has a squared term, that means I have the 0 of 0 twice. So what that means is I have x equals 0 with multiplicity 2. 3 happens to be a 0 3 different times because x minus 3 cubed literally means x minus 3 times x minus 3 times x minus 3. So the 0 of 3 occurs 3 times. So we say this occurs with multiplicity 3. And x equals 2 likewise occurs with multiplicity 4.